Hello everybody, this is David Eddy from Sheffield Hallam University with a short screencast to guide you through how to access and utilise your workbook for the image guided radiotherapy course. Okay, so once you've received your PebblePad login and password and you click on the URL or link that's been supplied, this will bring you through to the PebblePad homepage, which is this screen here. Okay, now everything that you do throughout the course is shared with you in terms of information, and links to spaces where you can engage in conversations and discussions is all done through digital workbooks. So although there's an awful lot of functionality here and PebblePad has lots of different things you could do, I would suggest that you steer away from all these kind of things here and literally when you first come in, just click on resources, because what we need to do first of all is find the workbook for the orientation week that has been shared with you. So a single click on resources will open this field here and you'll go into your resources store. And if you just scroll down to the bottom, you can see there we have an asset which is a workbook. It's got a little WB at the side, and this is IGRT week 0, so this is the orientation week workbook which has been shared with you, and this is the first one that you'll need to use on this course. So if we single click on that workbook, you can see it's loaded there for you and you're now into the digital workbook. Everything you do from this point forward you can do from the workbook. So wherever there's links to information or links to conversation spaces, or whether you're entering reflections, you all do this within the workbook. It's literally one click in and one click out of the workbook. You don't need to go anywhere else in PebblePad. So here you can see you've got a range of tabs across the top. This is the welcome page with some text, and then there's an introductory video for you to watch from Rob Appleyard, who's actually the course leader for the image guided radiotherapy course. Each of the tabs in your workbook is a separate page. So here, for example, on the second page is the bulletin board, and this is where each time you log in I would recommend you go to the bulletin board, because this is where we will provide up-to-date information about new things we've added, updates, top tips, what's happening this week, etc. And that's updated on a daily basis. So I would suggest that you do go back and actually have a look at that each time you log in. That might be the first place that you would go. Just to illustrate how this will work for you. So here, for example, is the meet and greet page. This is where you get a chance to get used to who's on the course with you and get to meet everybody. So here, for example, we've got an image which is a link to a conversation space, and if you actually click on there, that takes you straight through to the conversation space where Rob is asking you to post a welcome message, tell people a little bit of information about you, and all you do there simply is click on post comment, type in your entry, and then save your comment, and then you can add them there. So this is what I was trying to explain at the beginning about this is how you work within the workbook. So images will link you to conversation spaces, and you just click into the conversation space, go to the conversation space, make your entry, close it down and come back into the workbook. So it's all one click out and one click back into your workbooks. Okay, now you'll see across the top here there's a range of tabs, and you can just scroll along and access any of these, and there are actually more tabs than we can display on the screen. So if you just use the toggle arrow you can go right through to the end there, and similarly you can go back in the opposite direction using the toggle arrows there. Now one of the first things that I do recommend that you do is, if you haven't done this already, is go to access all areas, because this is an interactive resource that we've developed for you where you can test your PC, tablet, mobile or laptop to see whether you can access all of the functionality and all of the types of different files that we're utilising in the course. So if you click into this image, it will open up the interactive resource, and the key thing you would need to do at the outset would be go to this PebblePad area here and check your browser settings. It may be that you need to update your browser in order for the functionality to work properly. So the key thing to do will be go to access all areas and work your way through that, but particularly the browser setting initially, because that's going to drive what you can access in terms of in terms of your digital workbooks. Okay, so access all areas is very important. If you're having any problems as a result of that, so if you're having any issues in terms of access, the place to go would be this link here. Can you see there's a link that says any queries conversation area? If you click on there, it takes you straight to the conversation area, post your comment and we'll deal with your queries there. And what we will do on an ongoing basis is we'll generate a list of frequently asked questions, because invariably several people tend to ask the same question, so we'll try and avoid duplication of messages and that kind of thing by populating the frequently asked questions as we go. Okay, so hopefully that illustrates quite nicely for you the way this works in terms of one click in and one click out. So for example here, each Wednesday throughout the course there'll be a webinar, and there's information on this page about Webinar Wednesday in terms of what's going to be covered, what the times are, how to access it, etc. Okay, so that's the way in which you will access your workbook. Now, once you've done that and you've accessed your workbook, I suggest next you go to Save, and that saves the workbook there. And this little burger icon here, if I just click on that, that's your main menu, and if you just click on PebblePad it'll take you back to the home page. Now next time you log in, you won't need to go to resources to find it, because down here you can see this is the item you last worked on, which was the IGRT Week 0 workbook. So you just click on there and it takes you back into the workbook. Okay, so going forward, once you've accessed it for the first time, it's much easier for you to find because it's in that little box there where it says you last worked on. Now when it comes then to us releasing the week 1 workbook at the start of the following week, you would do exactly the same thing. You would click on resources, you'd find the week 1 workbook, then once you've saved it, whichever workbook you've worked on last will appear within this box here. Okay, so hopefully that helps you get underway with PebblePad initially. Obviously if you've got any queries or questions, you know where to post them. But in the meantime, we look forward to engaging with you online and looking forward to all your contributions and so on, and we hope you enjoy the course. Thank you very much.